So I started with the Australian Red Cross about 2.5 years ago.
Mm.
Faced an organisation which sort of had investments in technology, but they had 89% shadow IT. So most of it was sort of spread out. It's kind of like a cottage industry of architecture, multiple technology teams, technology budgets spread across. So my role coming on was really around how do we develop a transformation strategy to bring all these teams and technology and budgets together,
Mm.
and then deliver something that potentially is going to give us that foundational approach for Red Cross in the future as well, and on quite aggressive timelines as well. So
Mm.
we I came on and we've actually went down the Dynamics 365 as a platform approach, and we've delivered that in 7 months, which is crazy timelines and quite
Yeah.
aggressive as well. But um, with a small team, we're only a team of 56, broken down into a series of sort of standard domains, which is security, delivery, strategy, operations, but and enterprise digital. So we
Yeah.
also use a mixture of partners as well. Um, and as I said, sort of my key responsibility was running the actual transformation piece, which we've done from an ERP or a finance delivery. The
Mm.
run up to the end of the year is a pretty busy run. We've got delivery of core HR, CRM, marketing automation, and enterprise data platform as well. So
Mm.
quite a aggressive transformation. But the way we figured to look at it is the longer we actually spend sort of musing around and trying to make things perfect. So we went with a minimum viable product approach
Yeah.
to make sure we could actually get it in sooner as well as sort of delivering sort of standard services such as sort of operations and uplifting security, and making sure that obviously we can deliver services on the horizon for our organization as well.
Yeah. And in terms of your technology budgets, Brett, have they kind of decreased or increased since over the past couple of years, or have they stayed the same? Have you had? I guess my question is, you had more money to spend on IT, or is it pretty much the same across every year?
Since I've been here, so the last couple of years, is budgets have actually increased, and we
Yep.
have a very supportive board where they've recognised there's certain areas that we really need to bolster on. So security obviously is one of those, as well as transformation. So we're competing for one, which is donors. So we need to make sure we've got some tech in there to engage better with our donors and obviously create that personalised journey. But also, if we activate in an emergency, we need to be as efficient as possible as well. So with obviously looking at those on the horizon, what does it actually look like from a budget? Is we have increased over the last couple of years, not by a huge amount, but it's enough to actually deliver the transformation as well as continue to move forward with some of the more standard sort of operations projects that we've got running.
Digital transformation, digitalization of processes is a constantly moving target. There's
Mm.
really no end game. Is there anything unique about Australian Red Cross from an IT perspective in terms of how you deploy IT, how it's used across your business and across the wider society?
I wouldn't say it's unique. I think the key difference probably would be is from a standard commercial organization is
Yep.
we also need to take into account we've got about 1,800 staff or FTEs, but then we have 25,000 volunteers and about 8,000 members. So different cohorts within the organization that we actually need to think about, well, how do we engage with the different cohorts and what are the technology systems that we actually need to engage with them as well as
Mm.
if we activate, we have an emergency services platform which has the ability to roll out and scale up really quickly to make sure that we can actually put volunteers and staff and make sure on the ground when there is some type of emergency or disaster. So I think that's probably the uniqueness for us. But
Mm.
if you look at the foundational from a platform perspective, or what do we need to run the organization, it's your standard sort of finance, core HR, marketing automation, CRM, but
Mm.
adding in there as well as sort of how do we wrap that security piece around our data as well? Because we have a mixture of data where we might provide service to someone in the community around a welfare call. So we
Yep.
actually it's considered health data. So
Yep.
there's different pieces in there that might be unique for us. So we have different subsets of data that might be specific to Red Cross as well.